here we go, facing off against the U15AA. We got Chloe Ringhead in net. Baby Dale with it. Over to the young Gation. Now Rowan Fruit chips that up. The stool brings it in. Dale gets it for U15, they bring it in. Pressure from Izzy. Puck goes in the corner. Morris chips it up center to Paris. Puck's in the neutral zone. Judd gets a piece of it. Bryant brings it in for U15, cuts towards the front. Puck cleared away by Patura. Comes up the side, knocked out by Judd. She chips it into the zone. Gets a shot. Save from Chloe. Pressure from Morris. Puck comes out for Allegation. She gets that back to the point. It's deep in the corner. Start to break out. Gation gets it out of the zone. Gation gets it into the U15 territory. They send it up center. Dahlia gets a piece of it. Puck is in the corner, picked up by Dahlia. She gets it up for Carrington. Carrington chips it up, it's kept in at the blue line. U15 walks across, can't get a shot. Behind the net, Addie chips it up, comes out for Dahlia. She skates it into the zone. Lots of pressure, puck comes out. Chipped back in by Berkeley. Perry keeps the puck in the zone, but knocked out. All the way down for icing. Bella Perry on the face-off, chips it back, gets over to Izzy. Izzy gets a shot. That's just a little wide. Perry picks up the rebound, takes it behind the net, into the corner. Can't help from Paris. Paris cycles it down low. Izzy picks up behind the net. Let U15 get it back, and Rustul heads through the neutral zone. Now it comes out to Perry. She starts to break out with it. Carries it through the neutral zone. Gets it down low. Tries to get that in front. U15 in the way. Cleared out by Dale. Won't be far enough for an icing. Bella Massimiliano with the puck. Fires it up center. She finds Ryan Morris. Morris gets in. Nice little move, but poke check from Chloe. Now Gation in the corner after Gation. Oh no, it was Brian at that time. Back to the point. Massimiliano gets that up into the zone. U15, chip it up the side. Start to break out with it. Knocked away. And we get it out of the zone. Dahlia's there to keep it in. She takes it in the corner. She skates behind the net. Tries to get that to the point. U15 in the way. Now we do get to the point. They get that back to Dahlia. Back into the zone. Dahlia puts that deep. Puck's in the corner. Carrington tries to bring that out. Getting some help from Michaela Cole. U15 gets the puck back. Knocked away. It's in the neutral zone. Back in our corner, Fruit sends that around. Carrington picks it up on the sidewall. She's tied up, getting some help from Berkeley. She fires that around the other way. Kept in by U15. Puck's loose in the slot. Berkeley ties up. Puck gets loose again. Nice save. Whistle goes. Nice save from Leah Murphy. 9:10 to go in this first period. All right, Perry's back on the draw. She gets that back to Bella. Bella fires that up the boards. Izzy centers that for Bella. Perry, she brings it in, gets a shot, blocker save, rebounds loose. It's in, top corner. Michaela Paris on the rebound from Bella Perry. After a nice breakout pass and play to get that out. That'll put U18 up 1-0 with just under 9 minutes to go in this first period. Off the draw, it's loose in the neutral zone. Puck goes out of bounds or maybe offside. Face off at the blue line. Off the draw, it's back for Addison Gibbs. She chips it up for Judd. She brings that in the zone. Gets a shot, just a little wide. Bella Mass keeps it in. Her shot on net, pulled in by the goalie. Ryan Morris on the draw. Gation and Judd on the wings. Massimiliano and Gibbs on the point. Off the draw, U15 finds it, sorry. They get in, they get tripped up. We're going to get a penalty here. They cut in front, puck's knocked away, whistle goes. Power play for U15. And just to be clear, we are in the white, U15 is in blue. Dahlia's on the draw. She's got Carrington on the wing. Rowan's on the point. Berkeley, shot on net, saved by Murphy. Rebound goes behind the net. Comes out front, picked up by Carrington. She's got some time and space. She skates it out and dumps it all the way down. U15 gets puck back in their zone. Start to break out with it. They re-enter our zone. Get it back to the point. Shot blocked. Puck's loose in the slot. Picked up by Bryant. Cleared away by Gibbs. Sorry, Frood. Bryant gets it back. Gets a shot at net. Rebound saved by Murphy. Another rebound. That one's cleared away by Belanger. Puck stays in our zone. Now we chip it out all the way down. 1 minute to go in the penalty. Now we'll get Michaela Cole and Bella Perry up front. Gibbs and Judd on the point. Perry gets the puck back, skates it in. She's going to kill off this penalty. Takes it in the corner. Just killing time. Doubles back down low. Keeping that possession going. We're down to 30 seconds to go in the penalty. Perry's tying him up in the corner. Perry's still killing that off. Another 10 seconds gone. 20 seconds left in the power plays. U15 start to break out with it. Michaela Cole gets in the way, stops Crew. It's back for Houle now in U15. They get up center. Cole gets in the way again. Now Perry fires that deep in the corner. As the penalty winds down, we're back to 5-on-5 with 6:15 to go in the first period. Izzy comes in, keeps the puck in the zone. Gets a shot that gets deflected in the corner. Michaela Paris picks that up, chips it back to the point for Gibbs. Gibbs sends it down low. Oh, pass in front, picked up by U15. Izzy with some pressure, gets it back to Gibbs. Over to Massimiliano. Centers that for Lontang. She walks in, gets a shot, glove save. Rebound, knocked out front for Gation. Her shot off the crossbar. Oh, so close. Now U15 enters our zone. They get a shot, goes across into the corner. Puck comes out center, off U15, nice and waved off. Paris after Morris. Gation and Gation in the corner. It's a double Gation battle. Houle comes out with it though. Now the other way, puck bounces out to Judd in the slot. Her shot deflected into the corner. Gation picks it up, sends that down low. Around the other way, Judd's after it. Comes out to U15. Davy Dale centers that. They get a shot that's blocked by Berkeley. Berkeley ties up in the corner, gets some help from Morris. Morris chips it up. It's kept in at the blue line. That shot saved by Murphy. In the corner now. Judd sends that out, cross ice. U15 send it back up into the zone. They get a shot. Murphy makes a save. At the blue line. It's knocked away. U15 picks it back up. They send it back to the point. Circle in, knocked away. Michaela Cole finds it. She chips that out of the zone. Won't be far enough for icing. Cole keeps the pressure going. Alyssa Bryant takes it for U15, enters the zone. Drop pass. Carrington stays in the way. Back in the corner now for Gibbs. Just takes that behind the net, reverses, chips it up, and goes for a skate. She finds Dahlia at center. That's knocked away by U15. They bring it in, they're offside. That was offside, but that's okay. Lontang ties her up, gets the puck back. It's knocked over for Gibbs. She chips that out of the zone. 3.5 minutes to go in the first. Dahlia with some pressure. Now it's up for Morris. She brings it in the zone. Oh, sorry, that was Paris. Into the corner. Bella Perry with it. Perry gets that in front. It's knocked down. It's loose. Cleared back to the blue line. Rowan Frood keeps that in. She fires that in the zone. Perry with some pressure. It comes out to Kaylee Crew for U15. She chips that in the zone. Picked up by Bella Perry. Plays in the corner, comes out, and Rowan Frood picks up the loose puck. She fires that around the boards. Paris chips that out. Gets some help from Perry in the neutral zone. They bring it back in the U15 territory. U15 sending that up to Kaylee Crew again. She sends that in the zone. At the blue line. They keep it in. Oh no, it comes out. So we have a second here. Berkeley to Rowan. Rowan cross ice. to Ella Gation. Gation brings that in the zone. Gets it back to Judd. Back down low for Gaish. Pressure from Davy Dale. She starts to carry that out. Kept in at the blue line. And get a shot. It's loose in front. Cleared away by Morris. She gets that to Gation. She sends that cross ice into the zone. Judd with some pressure in the corner. Now we got a Morris versus Morris battle. The Cousins in the behind the net. Morris comes across the ice and gets a puck off the U15, sends it over for Gation. Gation brings it in the zone, gets a shot. Nice save from Chloe. Dahlia's there to keep it in. Back to the point. Gibbs gets a shot. That's deflected in the corner. Knocked back to the point. Bella Mask keeps it in. Over for Cole. Her shot goes in the corner. Puck comes out. David Dale and Aaliyah Rastool enter the zone for U15. Their shot blocked by Gibbs. Rebound picked up. Saved by Murphy. Another shot saved by Gibbs. Chipped up to Carrington. 30 seconds to go in the first period. Alyssa Bryant finds a loose puck in the neutral zone. She brings it in for U15. Her shot saved by Murphy. And rebound held on to. 21 seconds to go in this first period. Berkeley sends that in the corner off the draw. Carrington sends it back to Burke. Up for Michaela, over for Dahlia. 9 seconds on the clock. Dahlia enters the zone. Drops it to Carrington. Her shot steered away by Chloe. And that's going to be the end of the first period. Oh, wait, it's a password. It's a password. How'd you know that one? Okay, second period action. Carrington, Dahlia, and Michaela up front. Rowan and Berkeley on the point. Puck comes back in our zone off the draw. U15 walk out with it. Stopped by Dahlia. Picked up by Carrington. Kept in at the blue line. Berkeley battling, getting some help from Dahlia. She sends that behind the net. Chips it up for Michaela. She gets that out of the zone. Just a little too far, icing called. All right, puck is dropped. U15 gets it into the corner. U22 gets it back. U18, sorry. Now Gibbs stands her up at the blue line. U15 enters the zone, gets a shot, saved by Murphy. Fired off the draw, we fire it up the boards. Gets out of the zone. Ice and waved off. Michaela Paris after it. She's out there with Perry and Lontang. Massimiliano and Gibbs on the point. Comes back to Gibbs. She gets a shot. Glove save. Comes out of her glove and picked up by Gould. Now comes out of the zone. Gibbs is there for it. She finds Bella Mass. Bella gets that up to Bella Perry. She carries that into the zone. Gets a shot, blocker save, rebound goes behind the net. Perry's after it. She's tied up, getting help from Paris. Puck goes in the corner. Perry and Paris working at it. Comes out, goes the other way. Knocked away, and Berkeley chips that up in the neutral zone. Now Judd, in the neutral zone. Pucks goes to the blue line, kept in by Lontang. Now in the corner, U15 gets it out. Gets in the corner, knocked over away by Frood. Rowan Frood gets that to Judd. She's tied up. Frood's there to help out. U15 come out with it, get a pass in front. Blocked by Berkeley. Our net goes way off. The puck will stay inside for the face-off. All right, 12 and a half minutes to go in the second period. 1-0 for your U18 Lady Wolves. Morris, Judd, and Gation up front. Batura, Frood on the point. Bucks in the corner. Davy Dale for U15 gets tied up by Frood. Morris helping out. She's getting tied up herself. Now Berkeley chips that away. It's kept in by U15. Puck goes in the corner. It's on the side. Ryan Morris, Rowan Frood, Kaylin Judd out of the zone and into U15 territory. They get possession. They start to break out with it. Berkeley's there to keep it in. That gets sent out by U15. It won't be an icing, so Murphy plays that up and out of the zone. Pressure from Judd gets that back into U15 territory. Now U15 offside, caught on a line change. 11 and a half minutes to go in the second period. Dahlia's on the draw. Michaela and Carrington on the wings. Addie and Bella on the point. Bryant gets it for U15. She skates it in the zone. Cuts in the high slot, gets a shot. Murphy kicks out the pad and sends it in the corner. U15 find the rebound. Pressure from Belanger, keeping them in the corner. U15 reverses in the corner. Sends it behind the net for Bryant. Bryant walks out with it. Can't get a shot. Takes it back behind the net. Now behind the net again. Pressure. And U15 come out. They get a shot. Another save from Murphy. Cole gets the rebound. Skates it out of the zone. Ends up icing it. 10 and a half minutes to go in the second. Izzy, Bella, and Michaela up front. Rowan and Burke on the point. Off the draw, U15 gets to the point, but Perry knocks that away. Enters the zone with Lontang. Perry gets in, gets a shot. Oh, tipped away. Izzy gets it back in front. Paris gets a shot. That's saved by Chloe. Puck goes into the corner. Comes out. And U15 finds it, skates it in. Stopped and knocked away by Lontang. Perry with some pressure. She gets that to Izzy. It's knocked back for Rowan. Rowan sends it up the sidewall. Yeah, Bull could have played that, so icing waved off. Now it's in the corner. Picked up by U15. They get the red line and dump it in the zone. Puck goes behind the net. Rowan Frood ties up. Berkeley's there to help out. Puck's in the corner. Paris to Patura. Around for Frood, up for Lontang. She chips that out of the zone. Sent back in. Icing waved off. Frood's back there for it. Rowan up to Izzy. Just couldn't knock that down, but gets out of the zone. Back for Frood. Frood takes it out. Now, Aaliyah Rastool with the puck, skates it up into her zone. Chips it up center, knocked away by us, but now Rastool finds that in the corner. Pass to Davy Dale, her shot off the side of the net. Berkeley picks up the rebound. U15 in the way. Pressure from Burke, gets that to the blue line. Gets it over the blue line. Now Allegation chips up in the neutral zone. Morris stops him in the ringette line. Back for Burke, around for Frood. Kept in by U15. No, now Gation up for Morris. Morris takes it through the neutral zone. Gets a stick check, gets some help. But now they enter our zone, get a shot. Murphy with the save. Gibbs clears away the rebound. It's kept in by U15. They get the puck in the corner. Goes behind the net. Bella Mass gets there. She chips it out for Judd. Judd's tied up, sends that back down for Gibbs. Gibbs double team behind the net, gets it over for Gation. Gation centers that. Judd gets a piece of it, Morris gets the rest. Morris enters, gets a shot. Oh, almost off glove side. Rebound picked up by Judd. She gets that in front. Manini gets the rebound for U15. Clears it away. Bella Mass chips it in. But now U15 head the other way. They enter her zone. Back check from Belanger. Stops her and gets the puck out. U15 re-enter our zone. Pressure from Judd and Gation. And then Dahlia gets a piece of it. It's kept in by U15 there. Shot goes wide. They get the rebound pass in front. Held on to by Murphy. 6:55 to go in the second. 1-0 for your U18 Lady Wolves. Dahlia on the draw. She's got Carrington and Michaela on the wings. Rowan and Berkeley on the point. U15 get a shot. That gets deflected into the corner. Frood gets the puck. Takes it behind the net. Chips it up. Kept in by U15. Now Rowan gets it back. Tied up in the corner. Help from Dahlia. Michaela helps out too. Sends that around for Berkeley. Berkeley gets that out of the zone. There we go. Carrington keeps it in U15 territory. Tries to get that in front. Now she does. Michaela Cole's shot. Saved by Chloe Ringette. Off the draw, Carrington sends it back to Bella Mass. She sends that deep in the zone. Goes into the other corner. Picked up by U15. They chip it in our zone. Dahlia's back there for it. She skates it out. In the neutral zone, U15 re-enter our zone. They get it in front. Murphy hangs onto that. All right, off the draw, Bella Mass sends that around. It's picked up by Lontang. She chips it up. It's kept in, but she keeps the pressure going. Getting some help from Gibbs. U15 walks in, gets a shot, saved by Murphy. Gibbs sends it up the boards. Funny bounce comes out for Restool. Their shot goes wide. Pressure behind the net. Bella Mass intercepts the pass. Lontang chips that one out. Michaela Paris after it. Just out of her reach. Offside. 5.5 minutes to go in the second. Bella Perry on the draw. Michaela Paris. Izzy Lontang on the wings. Berkeley Patura. Rowan Fruit on the point. In the neutral zone. Now they enter our zone. Berkeley gets it, chips it out. Now it's over for Bella Perry. She skates it in. She's got some pressure, hits the brakes. Tries to get that across to Berkeley. She does connect. Back on side. U15 with the puck, start to break out with it. Berkeley gets in the way. Now Rowan Fruit picks it back up in our zone. Chips that out. Offside is called. Morris, Gation, and Judd up front. Fruit and Patura on the point. Gation with the puck for U15. She gets it up. They enter the zone. Get a shot. That's deflected into the corner. Judd picks up the loose puck, chips it up, kept in at the blue line. Murphy gets the shot, hangs on to it. We got Gibbs and Massimiliano on the point now. Puck comes in the slot, shot deflected away, rebound picked up by U15. They get that back to the point. That shot deflected away by Gibbs. Massimiliano picks it up behind the net. Fires that around for Judd. She chips that up, gets it out. Ryan Morris after it. Manini gets it for U15. Chips that up in the neutral zone. Massimiliano to Gation. Now it's knocked back for Addison Gibbs. Fires it up the boards. Gation gets it to the blue line, kept in by U15. Now Bella Mass working at it. It's knocked down low, and Bella Mass gets it over to Judd. Judd chips it off the ref. Morris gets that out. U15 get it back in the neutral zone. They send it into our territory. Gibbs gets there behind the net. Gibbs kicks it over for Morris. Morris cross ice for Judd. Judd takes it into the corner, hits the brakes, comes out with it. On a line change, she gets that back to Gibbs. Gibbs sends that down low for Carrington. Carrington in the corner. Gets it to the point. U15 gets it back. Sends it down. Should be icing. And it is. 2:46 to go in the second. U18 hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Now we'll get Cole, Palizé, and Belanger up front. Frood and Petura on the point. Petura shot from the point. That gets deflected in the corner. Palizé gets it. Tries to get that back to the point. But U15 gets in the way. They enter our zone. Get a shot. That goes wide. Belanger ties up on the sidewall, chips it up, kept in by U15. Rastoul gets it down low, passes it over, shot, glove save from Leah Murphy. It's back to Gation on the point. She keeps that in for U15. Shot, save, 2:09 to go in the second. Off the draw, U15 finds it. They pass in front, they get a shot. Murphy makes the save. Frood gets the rebound. It's kept in at the blue line. Back for Frood now in the corner. She's double teamed. U15 tries to walk out. They get stopped now. They do get out, get a shot. That's saved. Rebound cleared away. And now Carrington gets that out of the zone. Carrington gets the red line, dumps it in. Getting help from Michaela Cole and Dahlia Belanger. But U15 come out with it. Nice back check from Carrington. Centers that. Picked up by Gation for U15. Poor Gations must be torn today on who to cheer for. I think I see them sitting right at the red line. One daughter on each side. Now the puck comes back in our zone. They get a shot, that goes wide. Bryant finds the puck in the corner for U15. She skates out with it, gets a little tripped up. Now we're down to 1 minute to go in the second period. Puck in front, off the post, rebound, saved by Murphy. Another rebound, another save, puck's loose. Bodies are being cleared out. Whistles blown. 54 seconds to go in the second. Both teams sending out fresh legs after that shift. Gibbs and Mass on the point. Paris, Lontang, and Perry up front. Puck goes into the corner. Bella Perry finds it, scoops it up, chips it off the boards. Just out of the reach of Izzy, and it's going to be icing. Great idea. 42 seconds on the clock. Off the draw, picked up by Miller for U15. She tries to get that in front. It's kept in by Manini. She gets that one-timer across to the back door. They couldn't connect. Gibbs gets the loose puck. Kept in by U15. Now Bella Perry finds it, chips it out, gets it to Paris. She chips it deep in the zone. 20 seconds on the clock. Lontang after in the corner. U15 comes out the other way with it. Izzy on the back check. Perry steps up in the neutral zone. In comes Gibbs. She picks it up. She's got 4 seconds on the clock. She skates it into the zone. It's cleared out by U15, but that's going to be the end of the second period. I don't see the Zamboni doors opening yet. But the players are being sent off, so... All right, so we will get a flood. The Zamboni doors opening now. We'll see you afterwards for third period action. And Espanola home of the Paper Kings. third period action live in Espanola. Izzy Lontang on the wing and facing off against Aaliyah Rastool. Bella Perry on the draw. She's got Michaela Paris on the wing with her. Starting on defense, we got Frood and Patura. And of course, Leah Murphy between the pipes. Puck comes out, and there's Murphy making the first save. But the rebound sneaks in somehow. And we got a tie game. Davy Dale coming in front, so it looks like she got the point for that one. Now we get Morris, Gation, and Judd up front. Massimiliano and Gibbs on the point. Gibbs gets that to Gation. Gation takes it into the zone. Her shot blocked. Judd gets the rebound. Glove save. Rebound's loose. Morris makes a shot. That's the end. Off the draw, it goes in the corner. Morris and Judd are after it. Comes out from Bryant. She sends that cross ice. Won't be icing. Gibbs is there for it. Gibbs behind the net. It's a little trouble. Morris is there to help out. Morris to Gation. Gation takes that into the neutral zone. Into U15, gets a shot. And Chloe hangs on to that. 14:05 to go in this third period. 1-1 is the score. Off the draw, U15 start to break out with it. Belanger keeps that in, gets some help from Bellamass. And now Carrington's after it. Chipped up by U15. Dahlia's keeping it in. U15 get it back. Bryant with it, takes it behind the net. Chips it up off the skate of Dahlia. Dahlia and Michaela working out in the corner. Morris for U15 sends it up to Massimiliano. She sends that down to the point. Gibbs is there to keep it in. U15 trying to get out with it. Bella Mass stops him, gets a shot on net, and Chloe's going to hang on to that. 13-11 to go. Perry, Frood, and Paris up front. Sorry, Frood's on the point, Lontang's up front. Back to Berkeley, her shot deflected, rebounds loose, but held on to at the last second by Chloe Ringette. Face off to the right of Chloe. Paris gets a shot off the draw, goes into the corner. Pressure. Manini gets a puck for U15, chips it up. Berkeley gets it back for U18, sends that deep in the zone. Manini gets it back for U15. Pressure from Bella Perry. She gets the puck, tries to get that out front. Knocked away by Kaylee Crew. Now U15 starting to break out with it. They chip it up, kept in by Bella Perry. Perry takes it into the corner. Sends it back to Berkeley. Down low for Izzy. Izzy in the corner with it. Cycles it down low for Paris. Paris to Perry. Perry gets it in front. Berkeley gets a shot. Rebound. Comes out. And cleared away by U15. Crew gets it in the zone for 15. Sends it down low. Pressure from our girls. It bounces off the glass. Paris gets it out. Paris gets it to the red line, over the blue. She brings it in the zone. Her shot off the blocker of Chloe. Paris gets the rebound behind the net to Izzy. Izzy and Michaela get it in front. Knocked away by U15. Gibbs gets a shot. That's deflected. Held on to by Ringette. Eleven and a half minutes to go in the third. Morris, Judd, and Gation up front. Bella and Addie on the point. U15 comes out with it, gets in the zone. Gation gets it back. Drop pass to Morris. Morris gets it in the zone. Morris back to Massimiliano. Her shot, save, rebound. Judd gets it behind the net. Getting help from Morris. Back to Judd. She walks out with it, gets a shot. Rebounds loose in front. Another shot. Gibbs working at it. She keeps it in. Davy Dale chips it up. Addison Gibbs keeps it in the zone. Now it comes over. And U15 send it out. Bella Mass picks it up. Over to Gation. Gation fires that on net. Chloe hangs on to it. 10 and a half minutes to go in this 1-1 game. Dahlia, Carrington, and Michaela up front. Rowan and Berkeley on the point. U15 come out with it, chip it up center. Try to get it in the zone. Carrington back checks, sends it the other way. U15 get it back. They bring it in this time. Drop pass. Get a shot. Save from Leah Murphy. Off the draw, U15 keep it in our zone. Rowan Fruit picks up behind the net, reverses. Gets it to side, U15 keep it in. Their shot into the glove of Leah Murphy. Off the draw, chip it in the zone. Perry gets it to the blue line. Izzy gets it in. Now Paris after it. Rowan Fruit keeps it in. Getting some help from Bella Perry in the neutral zone. U15 come out with it, send it deep in the zone. Berkeley's there for it. Fires out around the boards. Kept in by U15, but then Perry pips it up, kept in at the blue line. Battle in the corner. U15 walk in the slot, they get a shot, that's deflected. Puck's loose in front, Murphy hangs on to that one. Off the draw, it goes down low. All right, bring it back in the zone. Morris gets it in front, knocked away by U15. Battle in the corner. U15 start to head the other way with it. Back in our zone, Gibbs chips it up. Gation gets over the blue line. Offside is called. Dahlia brings it in the zone, into the corner. She's double teamed, getting some help. Battle continues, Bryant comes out with it. Pressure from Michaela Cole. U15 find it, come up with it, knocked away by Carrington, and Gibbs chips it up center. It's knocked back for Bella Mass. Behind the net, Gibbs tying up. U15 come out with it. They try to get to the point. They get there. That shot blocked, and it goes behind the net. Gibbs tying up. Can't help from Dahlia. U15 comes out with it. Pass in front, blocked. Their defense keep it in. Carrington chips it up, but kept in by U15. Now Gibbs in the corner. Battling Alyssa Bryant. Puck comes out to the point, intercepted by Carrington, and she skates out the other way with it. Carrington gets the blue line, takes it in the corner, shot fired. Behind the net, picked up by young Gation. At the blue line, Frood gets a hold of it. Cole to Palize, and she fires that in the zone. Partial line change as Cole keeps pressure going. Comes back to Berkeley. Berkeley off the boards. Knocked back in the zone to Burke. That's chipped up. Comes out front for Addison. She takes it into the corner. Behind the net. Reverse up the boards for Izzy. Izzy picks it up. Gets over from Perry. They bring that in the zone. Knocked away and back for Berkeley. Berkeley to Michaela Paris. Paris circles the neutral zone. Takes it in the U15 territory with just under 6 minutes on the clock. U15 chip it up. Kept in by Gibbs. But U15 get it out. Enter the zone 3-on-3. Nice back check from Gibbs. Tying up near the blue line. Getting some help now from Bella Perry. Bella comes out with the puck, takes it behind the net. She's winding up for a skate. Sends that cross ice to Paris. Paris through the neutral zone. Brings it in. Into the corner. Cycles it down low for Lontang. That's sent around the other way. Chipped up by U15, kept in by Gibbs and Lontang. Now Paris gets it in the corner. Sends that behind the net. Ryan Morris after it. She finds it. Hits the brakes, but puck rolls away. U15 get it back in the zone. Gibbs knocks that up for Morris. Morris working out in the neutral zone. Judd knocks the puck away, chips it up across the ice. Gets it to the blue line. Kept in by U15. Their shot blocked by Addison Gibbs. Rebound goes behind the net. U15 send the puck down low, pass in front. Gation had her tied up. Puck gets back to the point. Kept in by U15. Behind the net, Morris working at it. She chips that up the boards. Kept in at the blue line. Shot, blocker save. Gibbs sends it behind the net for Massimiliano. She sends that cross ice for Judd. Judd enters the zone. Cuts across, gets a shot, glove save. .355 to go in the regulation time. All tied at 1. Dahlia's on the draw. She's got Michaela and Carrington on her wing. Rowan and Berkeley on the point. U15 try and get that out. Berkeley holding the boards there. They start to break out with it now. Back checking from our team. Bryant gets it in, gets a shot. Finds the top corner. So Bryant puts U15 up 2-1, 3.5 minutes to go in regulation. All right, Frood gets up back, brings it into the zone, gets a shot, glove save. Perry's on the draw. She's got Paris and Lontang on the wings. Massimiliano and Gibbs on the point. Puck's in the corner. U15 skated up through the neutral zone, chip it in. Gibbs after in the corner. Gets that to Izzy. Izzy chips it up to Michaela. Michaela gets in there. Her shot over the net. Rebound off the side. Still loose. Picked up by U15. Now it's back for Bella Mass. Over for Addison Gibbs. Up for Izzy. Izzy chips that in the zone. 2.5 minutes to go in regulation. Chipped up by U15, but kept in by Gibbs. Lontang gets that in front to Paris. Tries to get that to Perry. Back to Paris. Shot. Saved. Rebounds loose. Perry finds it. Reverses. Tries to get that in front. It comes back to Addison Gibbs on the point. She fires a clapper. Rebounds loose. Paris working at it. She's tied up. Over for Lontang. Her shot in front. It's in! 2-2 game. 2:07 on the clock. Izzy Lontang. Good effort from all the girls in that line, keeping that pressure going to tie us up with 2 minutes to go in regulation. Refs want to get the show on the road here. Morris wins the draw, skates it into the zone, drives the net, gets the shot, goes into the corner. Davy Dale gets it. Puck comes out. Rowan Frood after in the neutral zone. Frood gets there. She gets taken down. Gets some help from Gation. Gation to the blue line. Kept in by U15. They take it in the corner. Frood ties up. Help from Morris. Puck gets back to the point. No, it's off of U15. Nice and waved off. Chloe Ringette plays that. Judd's after it. She's chasing after little Gation in the corner. Kaylin ties up. Sends it down low. Manini gets it for U15. Sends it around the other way. They start to break out with it. Judd gets in the way, and it's over for Frood. Oh, we're going to get a penalty for interference. They ran into each other, but... So, power play with the last minute 14 to go in regulation. We get Massimiliano and Gibbs on the point. Bélanger and Palizé up front. Off the draw, it's back to the point. Shot goes wide. U15 keeping their goalie in. U15 with possession, bring it behind the net. Bryant with the puck now, down low. We're down to the final 50 seconds of regulation time. Bryant walks out with it. Drops it back to the point. Dahlia blocks that shot and gets chasing after the puck. She's tied up. No interference call there. Nice back check from Michaela Cole. Forces him offside. No call there either. Now Gibbs ties her up down low, 20 seconds on the clock. Puck comes out and Belanger picks it up. Chips that around the other way. Poole keeps that in for U15. Her shot blocked by Belanger. She chips it up for Cole, 7 seconds. Michaela Cole enters the zone, 4 seconds. That's going to be all she wrote. 2-2 final against this U15AA team. We'll face off again against them at 3 o'clock. We're going to go for lunch over at Shorty's Sports Bar and Grill over here in Espanola. Check them out if you're ever in town. And then we'll be back here after. So thanks for tuning in. See you this afternoon.